This next guy, who I'm going to introduce, okay, who I've had him at last because he's got a great finale, okay? I've known for many years. We've grown up together. That's the beauty of growing up here in Boston. A lot of these folks, you know, Ayanna and Michelle, later on in life, I kind of got to meet them, but the Gladys Vegas of the world, you know, the Anthony Galuccios of the world, and then this guy I've known, you know, as far as I can remember. He's the son of small business owners in Chelsea. His parents, Tito and Isabel Avellaneda, were immigrants from Argentina. They started the iconic Tito's Bakery on Broadway in the 70s. Absolutely. And later, he has become a polished public service, first elected to the Chelsea City Council in '97, and this year serving for an unprecedented third straight year as council president. And more importantly, when we were growing up, we used to call him the Argentinian Clark Kent. Now, take a look at this picture. Not that one, not that one. That's him now. But back in the day, he even had the Christopher Reeves curly look. I know we got it in the back over there. Oh, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, he actually played the role of Superman during the pandemic, so I'll give him credit. Clark Kent, or Superman, or whatever you want to call him, Roy Avellaneda.
That is why you don't do Throwback Thursday. Thank you very much, Al, for the introduction, and thank you for the invitation here and to be on this stage with all these great people. Unfortunately, Governor Baker has already left, but I wanted to just say to him, especially, I wanted to acknowledge his work. Thank you for the work that he did and the assistance he gave Chelsea. We went through a rough time there, working alongside with Gladys Vega and State Senator Sal Di Domenico, the calls that were going on. I know that personally, Chelsea and many gateway communities across the state would have been in much worse condition had he not stepped up. And so I appreciate it, and I wanted to state that. To Don Basayo, I want to say it's an honor to be on stage here. Both he and my father came to Boston around the same time. They were Latino businessmen, pioneers in that time. I saw Alberto Calvo was here also, another gentleman that was at the beginning of Latinos coming to Boston and starting their businesses. And I can speak comfortably with, and Albertito knows this, that, the work ethic, the pride, the dedication to community that we have, we learned from them. So it's, I'm sure that there are a lot of people in the audience who are saying, who's this white guy on stage over here? So, yes, that's the great thing about Latino culture and heritage, right? We're a very diverse group. Black, brown, Indian, white. We have curly hair, straight hair, black hair, blonde, redheads. It's all natural except for Vasallo. He's doing it by the bottle, but I'm also, besides a member of the Latino community, also a lifelong member of the city of Chelsea. And, coming from Chelsea, being a little town, we also many times get overshadowed by, being next to Boston. It was the big brother. Now I'd say it's the big sister because we have a female mayor. But, and for example, I would say that, Alberto made a big mistake tonight. He didn't even acknowledge my colleague yet. Councilor Judith Garcia is here, who is now a state rep candidate, our Democratic primary candidate for November 8th. And if we work hard, and I know Gladys and I are going to be working hard, I know Dr. Benco is here. We're gonna work hard to make sure that we beat the Republican, sorry, regular, come November 8th, and we'll make history in Chelsea, and for the first time, the Chelsea seat will have a Latina in office. And what I mean by making a mistake by overlooking, she's Honduran. Alberto's gonna get the chacleta later on. You bet it, I'm telling you. Chelsea is the first in the state. We've done a lot of great things. Chelsea's first in the state to offer pre-K care, free daycare for parents working class. It's a great thing that we did. Some of the other accomplishments that this little city did was it offers now paid tuition to all Chelsea High students so they can go to Bunker Hill Community College and get an associate's degree. No one else does that. We're a city that offered a guaranteed income program that during COVID, we were able to financially help our community, our residents. Again, a pilot program, no one in the country offered that. And it's all of this, the great thing about all of this is a lot of it was all done by the first Massachusetts Latino Majority Council. So I just want to state that when we're talking about Latino heritage, Chelsea also was the first city in the state to hire a Latino police chief. He was Cuban. We asked him, where are you from? He goes, from Cuba. We said, what part? He goes, Miami. And of course, Chelsea was the home to the first Latino heavyweight champion, John Ruiz. So again, a lot of things. Alberto was joking earlier, calling me Superman, Clark Kent, and of course, earlier, a younger resemblance when I was in my 20s. But there's actually a real story behind this. And a lot of people don't know the story, so I'm about to out it. And everyone knows about Versailles doing his trips and trying to get people to go on these trips around, whether it's the Patriots game, Caribbean, so forth. And he kept on being friends, asking me all the time, but come on a trip with the guys and so forth. But it was always scheduled work. I finally decided, I said, okay, I got some time, had a free summer, I get on this trip, and this one was to go to DR. And he had this great thing planned because at the time he had just made this great relationship with someone from the Red Sox organization. He's telling me they just opened a training facility in DR. We're gonna go out there, part of the trip, we're gonna visit the training camp and have some fun down there. It's like, you know what? Why not? So we did all the stuff that he was saying. And I remember, on this one particular excursion, we're sitting on the back of this pickup truck with a wood bench, and we're driving 10 miles on a dirt road. I mean, needed a chiropractor when I came back, and it takes us in the middle of the jungle somewhere, and there's this beautiful waterfall with a pool of water right there. And we're all ready to jump in. We all jump in and so forth, and now we're back on shore, and I'm looking back at the water, and there, flailing about in the middle of this pool of water was Alberto. And I recognized right away, he was in trouble. So, faster than a speeding bullet, I jumped back into the water, grab him, arm around the neck, doggy paddle back to the shore, and got him out of danger. And luckily, there was no mouth-to-mouth resuscitation needed. But that's the Superman joke that we have privately, and now you all know. So I have to say this, Alberto, if I am, the little Superman in this whole play role that we go on, and you're the reporter that I saved, doesn't that make you Lois Lane?
really did save my life. I forgot about that story. I don't like the water, and it was true. I was drowning pretty much, and he swooped in, and I guess I am your Lois Lane.